Hi, my name is Jason Preet, and I'm presenting Assessment 3 Professional Development Template. My PD session title is Contemporary Issues in Early Childhood Education, which is a professional development plan. And my goals and objectives of my professional development plan is the goals for the participants in this session is to be development of children's cognitive skills, health and well-being, physical environment including access to outdoor play, parent and carer engagement and involvement. First, I would like to introduce and make an understanding of children's cognitive skills, health and well-being. The goals for the participant in this session is to build on the knowledge of understanding cognitive skill, health, and well-being of children. Cognitive talent is the capacity for thought, inquiry, and comprehension. The growth of the child's knowledge and problem-solving skills, as well as their capacity to comprehend their environment and make decisions for themselves, are all examples of cognitive skill development. Children can absorb sensory information and pick new information thanks to these critical skills. As we all know, early childhood is when cognitive development begins. Early childhood is the age range from birth to 5-year-old, although a child's genetic makeup plays a role in how their cognitive skills develop. Learning during the early years plays a much larger role. With the repetition and correct instruction, a child's ability to think and learn can be enhanced. As a result, early childhood cognitive skill development is given a lot of significance today. Play is a way of learning, and play is a significant part of cognitive development, such as outdoor play can promote a better growth of area of the brain that controls thought, perception, and linguistic comprehension. Play that is creative improves children's cognitive abilities. It is beneficial to let children utilize their imagination because pretend play has numerous positive effects on child's development. Children's favorite game, Let's Play Pretend, allows them to imagine themselves in various positions and ultimately learn a lot. It is crucial to focus on cognitive development. If recognized and treated early, some young children may experience developmental delays or difficulties. Because of this, parents, educators, and other caregivers should carefully monitor each child's growth and treat any problems as soon as they arise. By doing this, the child may not struggle in future. Health and well-being is also connected with cognitive development and plays an important role. Children's cognitive abilities have been shown to increase with regular exercise and physical abilities activities like cycling, swimming, or even yoga, meditation, as well as being fun. Exercise promotes physical and mental well-being, reduces stress, and aids the early development of healthy lifestyles in children, hopefully preventing certain health issues in later life. Healthy food is required for healthy brain development. As a part of participant actions, I would like my audience to watch the video and think of a creative play for development of cognitive skills in children. And my resources for this is the video on importance of cognitive development. It is a YouTube video, so you can have a look on this video and share your thoughts of the cognitive development skills in children.
This This morning in The Modern Parent, cognitive development encompasses a child's working memory and attention. Now, it's crucial when your child is younger to make sure they develop those skills for later in life. So we headed on over to the experts at the Children's Workshop to see how we can help. Cognitive development provides children with the means of paying attention to the world around them.
When we think of the general development of children, we tend to categorize development into different types. So we have physical development, social and emotional development, but I think sometimes what we think differently about, especially as parents, is cognitive development. And when we think in terms of cognitive development, what we're really talking about is how is your child thinking about the world around them. Our earliest experiences really do shape and mold the rest of our lives, especially in terms of brain development. So the older that we get, the less our brain has the ability to adapt and to change. And research actually shows us that before or by age 3, a child's brain is making 700 to 1,000 connections per second. So everything that they're really exposed to in those early years really can impact the rest of their lives.
Cognitive development encompasses a child's working memory.
When we think about specific skills that we would cap under the term cognitive development, we're really thinking about, how is the child able to think logically? How are they able to use cause and effect to solve a problem? Their memory, their ability to use their memory to sustain their attention.
This skill can be compared to a child's air traffic control.
As adults, we tend to always be multitasking because we have a lot of things going on, but it's important for children to learn how to tend to a task and how to stay focused. And we can support that as parents or teachers by eliminating the amount of distraction around a young child. That's one way to really promote focusing on one thing at a time, finishing an activity or finishing a task before you move on to the next. We want to make sure that the materials, even the toys in your home, are, they're age appropriate, but we're also not creating a situation where the child is bored. So challenging your child just enough to sustain their attention, but also to spark curiosity and really get them to be thinking about things in a different way.
An open line of communication with your child is so important.
We always say it's important to talk to your kids, right? At any given time, but you also really want to share the joy of an accomplishment. That's so important. Share the joy of thinking about things, thinking about the world around you, and experimenting, having fun with your child, engaging in different types of activities at home that do foster some of these cognitive skills.
And as we said, make sure you keep that line of communication open with your child and let them know that they can come to you at any time. Now, if you missed any of these tips, we're going to post them on our website. Just go to roadshow.com.
Our next part focuses on and introduces physical environment and importance for learning and play. Children's growth should be aided by the well-designed environment through play and learning. It promotes the implementation of curriculum, goals, and objectives, and makes classroom management easier. Children's feeling, behaviors, and actions are influenced by physical environment's layout and configuration. The physical environment promotes development and growth by providing tools and activities in design play areas. The design of play area has a big impact on how well pupils engage socially and linguistically. Children and educators may experience disruption and bad social interactions in poorly constructed classrooms. For instance, children trying to focus on writing might be disrupted if the reading and writing area was located close to the music section. When students lack resources, they may grow frustrated. Another reason the physical setting is clear reflection of how the teacher has planned and how the students have learned. Both teachers and students will spend majority of their time because it is their place they can relate to and claim as cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development, and or be orderly, cozy, and personable. Play is an essential component of the child's healthy development at all ages. Play has an impact on all aspects of development and gives children the chance to learn about themselves, other people, and their physical surrounding. It fosters elements of social, emotional, cognitive, and physical growth that cannot be attained in any other way. Play activities help children develop social real-world concepts while also teaches them how to connect with peers. A lot of study has been done on the advantages of play, which would suggest that play is important for every children, despite the fact that many people have viewed it as just a way for caregivers to pass the time. For the action of participants, I would like my audience to participate in the discussion and think about how important is environment in children's play and in learning. And also think about what is the importance of play in children's learning. Not even learning, but also in their physical, cognitive, emotional, and social development. You can also read the article, Play and Learning Environment. I have given a link. Moving on to the third part, it's about the engagement, parent and carer engagement and involvement. Integrating the parents and educators in the child's academic development directly. This can concentrate on developing skills with parents and caregivers. Example, equipping them with the curriculum, developing parental literacy, numeracy, or IT abilities so they can support their child. By enhancing parents and caregivers' capacity to develop reliance in both themselves and their children, we can lower the risk of welfare and learning. Some schools offer parent and care programs that are designed to improve the mental health of children and or diffuse common issues. Remember that despite the fact that parents and caregivers cherish the chance to learn about mental health, the subject can be intimidating due to the stigma that is still associated to it. There is compelling evidence that certain parenting programs assist parents and caregivers developing new strategies and methods that when applied consistently can help children regulate their behavior more effectively. Particularly for those behavioral issues, the mental health of the parents may also improve as a result of these programs. Organizing training or information sessions on specific subjects might also be helpful. For instance, holding a session on academic stress around a period when children and other caregivers will be concerned about it. Determining the need of the staff development and evaluating how comfortable staff members are communicating with parents and caregivers. Keeping staff members informed about internal and external services that supports parents and carers, as well as keeping a list of services on hand that parents can keep or send for more specialized assistance. On the website, part on risks and protective factors may assist school personnel better comprehend some of the difficulties that children and families experience, as well as how to use everyday interactions born parents and caregivers. Extending a warm welcome to parents and caregivers who visit the school or childcare and engaging in constructive dialogue with them. As a part of the participant action, I would like the participants to share the examples of their way of communicating with parents and how they help or they think they can help families at risk and provide support to them. I would also like you to watch the video Family Engagement with Schools Strategies to Build Strong Partnerships.
Students learn best when educators at school and family members at home work together to support education. That approach pays off right away and for years in the future.
Students do better in school when the parent is involved with school. They're more likely to graduate. They're more likely to go to college. They're more likely to have a lasting career.
This powerful homeschool partnership is called family engagement.
Family engagement simply means building authentic, collaborative relationships between parents, family members, the students, and the community for the success of all children.
In this video, we focus on this shared responsibility and show what families can do to partner effectively with educators. Family engagement is key to the Virginia Tiered Systems of Supports. The framework is called different names in different school districts, but the goal is the same: to create effective learning environments for all students. It provides distinct levels of supports that improve success in academics, behavior, and social-emotional wellness. Tier 1 services are for all students. Tier 2 services are for students who need help to strengthen specific skills. Tier 3 services are for students who need intensive, individualized services.
The multi-tiered systems of support really is about providing the supports for the students and in some cases supports for the family that help wrap around a kid, wrap around a family to make sure that that student can have success.
Schools use 6 components to guide family engagement in the multi-tiered approach. These practices strengthen family and school partnerships and improve outcomes for all students. A good working relationship lets families and schools focus on the needs of students in ways that pay off. Here are some tips and strategies families can use to engage with schools.
Be present in the school as often as you can. Show appreciation for the people that work with your children, the cafeteria staff, the janitors, the office staff, the clinic, anyone that your child engages with.
I would suggest that you be very intentional and reach out to the school. Do not wait for them to reach out to you. Be very proactive and sharing with the school your desires, your hopes, and your dreams.
Que vengan a apoyar como a ayudar en lo que la escuela cuando hace eventos.
I know a lot of times you might see, the moms are always engaging, but for a dad, it's beneficial as well. I mean, I've attended events, and sometimes I'm the only father there, but I feel like it shows in terms for not only the teacher, but the admin staff and even the students when you attend, that it's good to have, a father there.
It can be a challenge if you had a bad experience or a not pleasant experience as a child with school yourself, but coming at it with an open mind will ensure that you want something different for your child.
Sometimes we as parents have to realize, okay, the system might have failed me, but I don't want the system to fail my child, so let me reach out instead.
Learning how to actively support their children's learning and success at school is one way families build empowerment.
You don't know what you don't know, which means going to schools and saying, tell me more about. Why is something happening? What should I be asking you about that I haven't asked about yet?
If you're not feeling welcomed in your school, your child's school, I would encourage you to have a conversation with the administration. Share with them and give examples of what it felt like or what you're sensing or seeing within the school.
It's really important for parents and parent leaders to work closely with the school, especially in communities that have very diverse needs. A lot of times we see from one year to the next, even the needs might change. We're constantly trying to refine what we're doing and find new ways to engage everyone.
Strong schools unite families and school staff in shared leadership and decision-making.
Something that families can do is join a committee at a school or the PTA, but be in some type of position where they can make decisions or give suggestions.
We have a parent advisory council. We call it our PAC team. We want to get our parents involved and see what problems we have so that they can come up with solutions.
Schools and families should work together to set engagement goals that are based on school and student data, and crucially, information and insights from families.
There's always a story behind numbers, and being informed as a parent helps you understand and add your voice to the story.
When there are opportunities to take surveys, by all means, fill them out and take them. All of those answers definitely add up and can then be used as concrete data to implement change.
So when we get the surveys and take the time to complete the surveys, as parents, we always like to see the results and get the data of what our community felt. The thing I really appreciate about seeing the data is it gives an opportunity to point out areas that we can really use for improvement.
Finding the right ways to communicate and the right supports for each student are key goals of family engagement.
It's important to establish face-to-face communications with your teachers, especially when your child starts a new school year or a new level. It's also important that once you establish those face-to-face interactions, that you are able to then follow up with communications that are more convenient to you and the teacher's schedule.
Call, email, text. I would say get involved because your child needs you there. Your child needs you as your advocate.
If your child has reached Tier 2, Tier 3 level of support, you're going to find a greater need to be in the school, calling the school, speaking with your students, teachers, school counselor, social worker. You might be asked to attend meetings.
Effective problem solving is key when families and schools collaborate to solve challenges in meeting the needs of students who require more support.
If your family is experiencing some difficult times, or if your child has experienced some traumatic events, it's important for the school to know that, and for the teacher to know that, because it's going to impact the child in their day. And the teacher is going to respect that information. They're going to keep it confidential, and they're going to use it to help problem solve, and that's it.
Try to find someone at your school that you will be able to actually talk to, that you're comfortable with. Because once you find that one person can help you achieve so much more.
We're here to make a difference. And the way we make that difference is in collaboration with you as a family member, as you as a parent. I don't know what your child is going through at home, but it's my job to make sure that while they're here, they're successful. And the only way I can do that is by having honest dialogue with you.
Keep your mind on the main thing, and the main thing is the student and their success. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about the student.
Los papás que estén involucrados en las actividades académicas, en la actividad deportiva, en la academia, en todas las áreas que necesitan nuestros hijos para salir adelante.
Teachers can't do it alone. They need us so that we can let them know who our children are, because we know our children, and we need to make sure that the teachers know our children as well, so that they're fully supported in that classroom.
Stand up and say, yes, I care, and because I care, I am coming forward with this issue. And once we communicate, then our problems can be solved.
We want students, when they get out of school, regardless of where they go, we want them to be well-rounded, we want to be able to problem solve, we want to be able to communicate, we want to be able to resolve conflict. If we're not modeling that at the parent school level, how are the kids going to learn those tools they need for life?
Family engagement does lead to family empowerment. The value in families being connected to what's going on in the school is that their children will be more successful. And that's what we're looking for. That's